All right, hello everyone, welcome back. Let's continue with the hot and wet climate map and just a usual recap of what's going on. So it is a 2K by 2K map. We're trying to connect everything that produces stuff. Towns are done, 700, that was the easy part. Diamonds done, and oil is kind of in progress. So let me load the game. As you can see, I started privately playing with the Steel Town, but that's just for my own entertainment at the moment. So I, as usual, have no idea what I was doing because I did not leave a note. Fear not, there appears to be another one of these somewhere. Nope. Maybe. Oh, yeah. I should probably watch. So we are. Why am I doing glass anyway? Great. Not much of an idea. In reality, I haven't played this for some time. So, okay, what do you take? You take scent and chemicals. Marv. Okay, try this in a different way. Just a chain, small map. So, we know we don't care about this. I could care about this. I could care about this. I think, though, you make goods. I think. So 153, 189. You know what? I think instead of just casually suffering here like a total idiot and you watching me do that, I'm just going to hook on these onto that. And that's a lesson to self, make notes. So on pause, station, mineral. Yeah, I started playing on Steel Town just for the heck of it. So far, okay, but it definitely requires a different style of play. So there's a lot of logicking in there. I'm not, I haven't recorded any, which is also to say that they're not going to go on YouTube. And I want this much bigger than that. Going to get busy here. I have no idea why I did this. Like it's 10 long and I clearly wanted something and I'm sure eventually I'll bump into it. I'm guessing, yeah, you were the chemicals. Fine. Well, such is life. Now I started, but at least I'll famous last words remember. There's oil there. And that's the other thing. Why am I not doing oil? Pretty sure I had written on the title, I'm doing oil. The other thing I'm doing is that the Steel Town is playing on my. That is definitely not going to work. That was a stupid idea. On my pre-release 2CC revival, which is now way overdue, but we, as in people on Discord, are still ping-ponging over balancing things out, which is kind of fair enough because the old set is, while a valiant effort, I don't mean to belittle any of work that has gone into it, but so if a train comes in, okay, well, this way, then the other thing goes off that way. Which means I probably want to have something off this way. I know I could just go around, but that would be sensible. Okay, you should not really be going here. So you can go in there, which means this is totally pointless. In which case this is equivalently pointless. That just looks ugly. So I don't yet know if I'm going to run one train or multiple. Probably it's in like not one train, but one schedule stuff. I do want to cross this. Okay. And I'll have to do 2 bridges anyway. It's just vaguely amusing that I'm at a point where I not only have to put down labels, but I should really do an explanation because, like, to self. Because on its own, even if I build this stuff, right? Why? As in, like, so I don't know why we're not heading out that way, but never mind, too many questions. So this goes that way. This comes back. So if that's the in and other in, then yeah, it's very far from optimal. Anyhow, so we take stuff from here. That should not exist. We come here, fine. And I'm not going to bother with this because it's a little far. So then, do I even have sand trains? I haven't really played this for some time. I do have sand 3s, which keep losing me money. Well, we're going to do a sand 5. Send and do 120k, which means we're sticking with this. And we'll make this sand 5. So for the time being, I'm not going to bother with conditional orders because, yeah, see how that goes. Because it's more of a pain than not for timetable related stuff. And this is 126. Should just ship it or something. Even better, I could just drive it. Oh. Forest. No. I kind of like the quarry name there. I'm Forest Gump. The other thing is, if that chemical stuff is going to come in here, I don't even know what to make of that. Like, what is chemicals? It's not really rubber. Just it's least complicated. Okay, so I can then do that. No sand. I'm going to make this medium. Sand m. New sand. I don't have any hidden. Cargo cap. We saw it. That one. You, my dear. Go here. Timetable on the of it. And then let's get that chemical stuff, whatever that was. Okay, now what's going on here? This is very suboptimal. Anyhow, I think we were here. Yeah. So you make some amount of chemicals. Okay, that's a lot less impressive than I hoped. Yeah, it's still far away. Fine. And we're in the wrong place anyhow. Very silly downgrade, but I want to backtrack though, because then I'll have to do things very differently soon. Now, that hill is in the wrong spot. I think I could come this way. Stupid object as usual. I can't even come out. I can come out, okay. Not too terrible. Bye bye, trees. Yeah, so that doesn't produce anything. So me surrounding it is not too terrible. Now, I want to make sure I can hook in. There it is, okay. I think I'll just have them come here separately. Not the prettiest. E. Yeah, I don't want to drive it through there because reasons. Most of all, come on. So this is going to be some form of an outline that I haven't yet decided on. Oh, building materials. Okay. Must have wanted something with that. But I need to take better notes. You don't need to be here. I mean, this whole setup is just poop. And then, so you gung-ho, and it doesn't matter how much I feed into you. Not particularly fine, but fine. Chemical 10. How much stuff you take? 1.6. Well, that's stupid. I know why I built it this way. Yeah, that's much better. Timetable, yes. Clone, yes. Okay, fine. I do wonder why on earth I wanted building materials, though. Like, you don't care about building materials. You do. But I do remember the idea was that, where's this big airport? This one. We don't have enough. Ah, you take building materials and goods. Okay, fine. Such was the idea. The slightly problematic side is that I don't appear to have an awful lot of space. I mean, I could just wipe this whole thing. Because this is a little Well, unless I drive it through goods A. We more have issues with the diamond stuff. So you, wherever you are, make an amount of building materials and goods where N is, what mode am I? Timekeeping. I am calendar. So this is a bug. Like, okay, I'll leave it as it is because you're not supposed to be able to change it. Actually, calendar is less good. War clock is much better. I'm playing the Steel Town on War clock and it's significantly better. Particularly because the only option you have in... I need to bump my fan, otherwise I'll boil to death here. I don't think you can hear it, hopefully. So the problem with the current mode, which is, regardless of what it says, is calendar, is that your only option is to slow the economy. Yeah, I could come through here. Except whether or not I want is a different thing. And the answer is I don't really want to. I wanna go down the whole place. Which is problematic, i.e. what I'm doing where the setting is that economy is on 1/3 production and thus, well, time passes a third that fast, but then that also means that your production is 1/3 of stuff. And that is not good. Okay. Because if I wanted to slow it even further, let's go to the extreme of 125th, 125th. I could, but then all my turns would be running empty. Like forever. Whereas if you're calendar, war clock timekeeping, it just magically happens and that's it. And I'm going to get rid of all this. Haha, very funny. This thing just disappeared. There you go. A lot more natural. Totally. Greenpeace is crying in the grave. Especially here it goes back. Right, so my blum blum really is it's all going to end in tears. Oh, Turbo Boss is already here. See, I don't see any benefit of this server. usually the idea would be, yeah, I can always just use this if I want to. So then I can get rid of this stupid page. Shut up. Shut up. We're not. And then I suddenly have a little more space. So I can expand. I am, however, thinking about at least undoing some of this crap. I mean, I know I could come in here, and that would be the least stupid. Except there's not much space here to cross over. So why don't I say another goods A? Although, mind you, if goods A is the one that shows stuff, then why don't I do a goods B? I don't really want to see stuff here. Then, conversely, can I do something like that? Yeah, it still shows things. This will go back surprisingly soon. When the list of crazy challenges something like no tree unharmed. In entirely unrelated news, I had not really an interview today. It's a pseudo interview anyway. It was part of a hackathon thing, and I was supposed to do it in Python and SQL, and I was fully convinced that I would be totally fine with SQL and totally not fine in Python. Right, how much are you doing now? 275. 57. I don't think I have building materials trains. Well, I keep pressing the wrong shit. I do, apparently. And then lo and behold, I figured the Python part and most definitely did not do well on the SQL part. I know I should have done these differently, but hey ho. Like, not everyone come out of one depot, basically. See, it's going back. Yeah, so like I've done 12 plus years of SQL. So yeah, the expectation would be I should be able to do that sort of stuff. I mean, the actual task was Yeah, the guy said he would send over the solution and then never did. But the actual task was currency conversion rates by date, basically. Like get the conversion date for sales, conversion rate for sales joining on something, getting the nearest something. But, and yeah, I didn't get the numbers I was expecting to see. Python never actually did any of the stuff they were asking about, like defining. Yes, I think I do. Defining equality and string representation stuff. I'm like, I don't even know what they're called. Says a lot about a lot. Where are those bloody trains? I know they're running empty, but okay. While we're at it, what's the new stuff? Cargo. No, must have been people. So you take 390 people. You take 300. You know, occupancy 29, 74. Start. Then shared vehicles. I don't know what that is. Place. I don't have any of those here. Okay, fine. Leave it there, but 81. You also become one of them. It's hooked. Okay, so the train is going back. 190 odd tons. That's not that great. Come on. These trains are so bleeping slow. Not that great because this can take 400. So really almost one would be enough. Okay, then you sort yourselves out. Now, I'm sure, certain. I mean, I'm curious how much this will boost. What are you doing? So that's coming in. Makes some money. Waypoint diamond, waypoint diamond. I have no idea what happened there. Okay, so this was, I mean, if it goes up to 300, that's not bad. It's a nice problem to not have. Okay, I did say something about oil. I walked past an oil field. Yeah, great. Take chemicals to any goods making place, and then I paused on the other one, not knowing what I want. Marv. So this is the bear. No one cares. You do care, but you're the gung hoing. Mind you. It's a very simple thing, and that solves one issue. Do I have? Let's fill out this 2%. A bit small. Because this does 160k a month, and this takes 42. Might need a third one, basically. And then again, we're not going far. Engineering supplies, none. You don't have anyone flying in here. So one of the things I will want to do, in fact, I am going to do that right now. Let's lose more money. Produced cargo, passengers. Production. I probably want to export it actually. So this is not going to be the best idea. Issues. I was so efficient in plopping down stops that not landscaping, airports, helicopters. They have to be a heli station. And I need, yeah, let's lose absolute shitload of money. None will rig. Go. Cheeky Betty. Or like cheeky bastard. You, yeah, you're still there. Okay. This is they're limitedly good for me. Do I have a better alternative? Hardly. But I was totally wrong. So I was assuming that if I'd done timetable terms, eventually they will even out. And then look at this, they're still ganging up on each other. Like, look at that. How stupid is that? This is terrible. I don't have space for my helicopters. I mean, I wonder if this is this an actual station? Yeah, it is a station. Yes? Is it? Yep. I am somewhat hoping. Yeah, okay. There's not that many of them. But this is still going to be very expensive. What's the hilarious do? I can just hold them down. I think I have about 10 minutes. Think. Fine, I can do more episodes. I'm not in a particular rush. This is sweet though. Can we timetable? Did this. Did this. Heidelberg. I need to look into helicopters. I don't know if there are any less expensive ones. Although I hazard not. It's 2 here, which is not too bad. All of these are pretty badly laid out. There's the bottom. How's this? How's that? This is something. What is that? Wharf. Yeah, get that. If I don't do it, as in, well, if I do it, timetabling, well, you know what I mean, hopefully. If I don't timetable, then I end up with vehicles queuing. I did not want that. I end up with vehicles queuing all over the place. It's especially painful with buses or trams because I can't really make them multi-lane. Lazy week. I go wood. You could argue this is part of oil. Time-wise, 7 minutes. Not great, not terrible. Mangle, hell, I know what I did. Nosy. Did. Funny, that's Ziddelberg, and then this is Nosy. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Not that busy. Not that busy. I remember building this. See, I don't want to build new term stops. Is what my problem is. Yeah, slight cheat. I don't think stops should be allowed to be that far from each other. Let's do. Ah. Probably not the hangar. If they are passengers, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If it gets too busy, I'll bump it. This is being used. There's a pitch pink over pixie wheel. Pinky, pinky. Pinky, pinky, punky. This is closer. I mean, close to the bus stop, obviously. Time stop, whatever. Imagine you fly in, then you take the bus. Puddlewick. And they had a became Puddle. Maybe it's Puddlewick. Or this. Shit. Any more? Nope. Airport. Oh. We have minutes left. Minutes. Yeah, this. But some serves growth there. Also, it's a serious number of people. A want more of everything. There's nothing else apart from this. Well, I like this. Just dying here loudly. Okay, time-wise, 1.5. Meh. Sausage wood, that's the one we're looking at. Simple head. Oops. So if I ever finish this, at least I'll be done with helicopters, mostly subject to a bit of a sense check. Simple head. Simple wick. Or lazy bottom. Pick a random one. So you're being peopled? Yes. And we're out of time. And that's actually being transported. I'm just not paying attention. So we are doing just fine. This is impressive though, on the dot. So what I'll do, just to end on a positive note, clone 2 of these. Timetable. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'm going to pause that here, and I shall hopefully see you the next time. Any thoughts, comments, likes, whatnot, let me know. Thank you. Bye bye.